Hello all, welcome to Code 9 Destination Day 61 here. Guys, so hope you are clear with our reasoning topic. Okay, so this particular class is going to deal with a topic called verbal. Yeah, verbal is mostly important. In earlier time, I have told you one thing. The thing that 90% of the candidate, they just giving a granted way for the verbal portion. If you check the history, if you check the details of the data from the HR saying that, so the people who scoring, they are not shortlisting because of them, they are scoring very less marks in the verbal portion. People take it as granted. They know the basic grammar, but they didn't practice. Practicing the grammar is one of the very, very vital thing inside the platform if you're approaching the verbal questions. Verbal questions we can able to define by various categories, but we going to solve by topic wise. So when you're learning the topic wise, you can able to understand what is a shortcut you can able to put inside. So that will be very much easier to approach here in the place. I hope guys you clearly understand what I'm saying here in the place. So you make sure that you're approaching the same in the way. So in the verbal topics. So please kindly take down your notebook and write down the heading and as well as some rules with respect to the topic. If you take down the only those things, it will be really, really worthful when you recapping the session, when you revising the session, when you are practicing the question in any of the platform in for the competitive exam or the placement oriented exams. So this is verbal is very important. Got it, guys? So let me move to the topic called tenses, gerunds, and infinitive. What is called tenses and what is called gerunds? What is called infinitive? Let us deal going with the questions here. So first of all, let us see what is called gerund. Gerund is a verb. Okay, gerund means it is a verb. Okay, it is having the thing called ing in the last end. All the verb. What is called verb? Verb means whatever the action word we can able to call it as. If you are doing some action, we can able to call it as verb. If you are singing, playing, eating, okay. So those kind of things we can able to call it as the verb clearly. That's a very important word. So the verb we can able to call it as action word. They are saying that. So you can't able to create a sentence without the verb. Like the thing they are giving the very important word. To create the sentence, the verb is a very important one. Same like here. Gerund is indicating the verb plus ing. It's saying the same here, this one. Okay. So verb plus ing. That's what the thing we can able to say here, the place. Okay. So probably that the ing means what? Ing means we can able to call it as a present participle. Okay. So it will indicate so that rather than the situations, it will showing that it is not the present continuous. The present continuous, it will have ing, but don't ever compare the present continuous and the gerund. Gerund is different. Gerund is different. Present continuous is very different. Got it, guys? So let's move to the next definition called infinitive. Infinitive is means it is also it's a dealing with the verb plus to. Okay. So if you're saying the word called by, you can able to call it as to by. If you're saying the action word, that's verb, we can able to call it as work. You can able to call it as to work. If you're keeping the to behind, so before the verb, we can able to call it as the infinitive. Very simple. Gerund and infinitive, it is okay. So we learning the tenses from our childhood days from year 2 or year 3. But anyone say what is the exact definition of tenses? Anyone having idea? Anyone can able to say the answer? What is mean by tenses? Tenses means what? Yeah. So the tenses means we can able to say like okay, the tenses means we can able to say like that. You see this one? Tenses is also the form of verb. So guys, you need to understand tenses, gerund, and infinitive. All things we can able to say that the form of the verb can be defined in the different way that we can able to call it as the tenses, gerund, and verb. But tenses will play a lot in making a sentence, writing a sentence, drafting a sentence, or so in all the way the tenses will play in a very important role. rather than the gerund and infinitive. The infinitive will play in a very particular role. The gerund will also play very particular role. But coming to the tense is very, very important. But sir, what is a tenses? Tenses means if you are indicating the verb with respect to the time, we can able to call it as a verb. Sorry, tense. So they are giving the very good explanation here. So the tenses are the form of the verb that shows the time, continuous, or the completion of the actions. It's so that so present, past, and the think of the future tense. That's what the think. We can able to call it as the very, very important one. Okay, so present, past, future, that's a very important thing. Okay, the present tense is used to refers to something that happens or exists now. What is happening right now, we can able to call it as a present tense. Okay, so the present tense is also called it as the present simple or the simple present. Okay, and past tense is used to refer something that happened or existed in the very past days, that we can able to call it as past tense. It's a completed. If anything happened in the last day, we can able to call it as past tense. If it's 2 years before, we can call it as past tense. Okay, so the past tense also we can able to call it as that past simple or the simple past, we can able to say here the place. So okay guys, you got it. And going to the same like here, the future tense is used to refer to something that doesn't happen. It is not yet happen. It is going to be happen. It is going to happen in the next. That we can able to call it as the future tense. So going for the next one, the very core word, many people have a confusion in this one, but let us deal in a very simple way, that we can able to call it as a perfect and the perfect continuous. So you know the clear definition of present, past tense, and future tense. You're having some idea about it, but perfect and perfect continuous is what? That's what my questions here. If you say this one, the present aspect, it tells the actions that take place in the present. Okay, so continuous aspect means it is unfinished action. You see this one, the word called unfinished action. Okay, so present is expressing the thing which is happening in the right now. Right now it's happening. But continuous aspect means it is running. It is not yet finished, but it is running. Unfinished action. The word called unfinished action is one of the very good word to remember, to identify, to differentiate the present and continuous aspect. You got it, guys? Clear? Okay, so thank you. And so going for the perfect aspect. What is a perfect aspect? Perfect means it's a completed action in the present or past or the future. So what is a present perfect? So present perfect means it is a completed action, but it is describing in the present. So if it is a past means it is a completed action, but we are describing in the past. Future perfect means so it is completed action, but we are discussing in the future, that we can able to call it as a perfect action. So we can remember the perfect by using the word called it is a completed action. Continuous means it's an unfinished action. So like the thing, you can able to remember the thing. Okay. So coming to the combined way, that the perfect continuous aspect, it's a combined aspect of continuous and the perfect. So it refers to this thing. It refers to the action. It is continued up to the present, continued up to the past, continued up to the future tense. Those kind of the word we can able to say it as future tense. It's a little bit confusing, right? Let me solve it very clearly. You see this one? So continuous, only continuous means we can able to call like how? That is unfinished action. Okay. Unfinished action we can able to say here in the place. Coming to the word called perfect. Okay. So perfect means we can able to say it as completed action. Okay. Completed action. Okay. So, and next one, you see this one, perfect continuous. So please don't ever forget this, guys. I request you, everyone. So the thing like, so continue up to, this will continue up to the way called since, the till, continue up to, this will, your class will continue up to this time. So those kind of the word, we will say it as perfect continuous. You got it, guys? We can able to differentiate based on the past, future, and something like that. Okay. So let me go to the pattern of the questions. Okay. So waiting for the bus is dash experience. So what is the thing you will say? Waiting for the bus is what, how you will say this one. waiting for the bus. So how we can able to differentiate this particular thing in terms of the way they have given in this part. But how we can able to differentiate? So first thing, many people having a mistake that what they will do is they're having the four options. What they will do is they will take all the words inside the sentence. They will read out. If the word is giving the soundful meaning, they will pick the answer. But they forget to identify whether what kind of the sentence it is. What kind of the sentence means, whether it is present tense or the future tense, what kind of the grammatical sentence they have mentioned in the place. They are forget to answer in this one. If you forget to answer this one, guys, you will not able to pick up the correct answer all the times. Sentence matching will work, but not all times. You got it? So that is the thing. Everyone is making the thing in your exams and making the wrong answer. You shouldn't do that if you understanding the correct way of the grammatical sentence they mention. If you identifying those one correctly, you can able to pick up the correct word over there. If you know the correct rule of the proper sentence, proper tense, if you know that, you can easily make it up. Okay, so going to this one, gentlemen. Okay, let me take it out. So the first questions. So you see this one, they are giving that. So waiting for a bus is dash. So waiting for the bus is dash they have given in this one. What is the correct answer we can able to say here in the place? Waiting for the bus is dash experience. Is that kill experience? Is a kill experience? Is a killing experience? Waiting for a bus is a killing experience. What is the answer you will say here in the place? So waiting for a bus. Okay, you see this one? We having something called ing here. Okay, so waiting for a bus is a killing experience. Okay, so the option C is the very correct answer. We can able to move out here. The option C is a very correct answer in this one. The stinks is talking about the continuous way. You can able to directly pick it up. So if you say that waiting for a bus is a kill experience. Kill experience means it will not sounds good. Sounds good is a matter because you need to, if you are matching it out, but you need to pronounce it once again at least. Simply making it to the word and making the okay, this is a rule, this is a thing. Okay, that's applied, sir. But you need to check re-verify by pronouncing it, by making the re-oraling the sentence again. That's a very, very important thing here in this place. Got it, guys? Okay. So moving to the next one, he went on dash foolishly. Okay. So we went on, first of all, identify the sentence. He went on a dash foolishly. Okay. Spoke foolishly, or to speaking foolishly, or speaking foolishly, or speak foolishly. So he went on what? Answer is speaking foolishly is the correct answer. Okay. Foolishly. It is just the word called adverb. It's saying the place and it is representing now. So you can able to call it as speaking, option C. That is, he went on speaking foolishly. That's a correct answer we can able to say here in the place. Going to the next one. The concert is scheduled, scheduled at 10 p.m. What will you say? So here in this one, what is the answer? The concert is scheduled to start at 10 p.m. Our concert is scheduled start at 10 p.m. Concert is scheduled starting at 10 p.m. Concert is scheduled started at 10 p.m. So the answer is option A. So because this is the infinitive form. The infinitive form, it is just describing the future activities. Okay, the two, it is indicating the future that probably, so here, that is the exact word. The concert is scheduled to start at 10 p.m. We can able to say here in the place. I hope you clear about this one. Okay. So going to the next one, that they are saying that she is lucky. Okay, she is lucky having such a caring brother, or to have such a caring brother, has such a caring brother, had such a caring brother. What is the answer we can able to say here? This one. So the obviously we will go for the option called B. It is also, guys, it belongs to the infinitive. Okay, so that to have, she is lucky to have such a caring brother. ING. Yeah. So don't make a mistake. So what they're saying that so carrying is something like a verb. It is having the thing called it is a thing called ing is there. So why don't you put the tense is also the ing? So the verb is also in the ing. So you're making the mistakes. No, sir. It's just describing the future so that we can able to call it as an infinitive form. The way of the verb, you're making it to the one, you need to be modified. Okay. So, and next one, I thought you were about dash. You were about leaving. You were about will leave. You were about to leave and left. What is the thing? I thought you were about left. So this is a soundful word. But here the answer is option C. We can able to call it as. Okay. So the about. About is describing something is going to happen. Okay. So the meaning of about, it is something is going to happen. That's what the meaning of about. Okay. It is, if you look it out, these are the keywords. These are the some signal words you need to remember. Okay. So something is going to happen. We can able to say like this. Something is going to happen. So like we can able to describe this one in terms of this place. Okay. If you are using this one, guys, it's a really helpful for you to mention the correct answer. To leave is a very correct answer. We can able to mark it up here. So, and next one, that is as for as I know, he agreed. So what? So he agreed by doing it. He agreed doing it. He agreed to do it. He agreed will do. Answer is option C again, because the thing that if you can't able to fill that by doing or will do, nothing will happen here. The only option to make the proper structure in this one, you need to include the infinitive form here in the place. I hope you understand. So going for the next question, he has enough money. What? He has enough money, something. He has enough money. So the answer is option A. He has enough money. Enough money means it is the keyword. So based on this one, you need to say the answer here. Okay. So she was delighted. What's the answer he will say? He was delighted to receive such a good birthday present. So that's the answer we can able to say here in the place. Okay. So option A is the very correct answer. So going to this one, I have no, you see this one, I have no decide. Okay. Whether you will say that deciding, I have no have decided. It is completely wrong, right? It is soundfully, it is wrong. Grammatically, it is wrong. Not come. Okay. And I have no deciding to be thin. It's a little bit sounds like good, right? Okay. So let's go for the C. I have no desire to. I have no desire to. So what kind of the sentence it is? I have no desire. So probably option C is the very correct answer. People don't mark the answer called B. That will not work. That's not correct answer. We can able to say here the place. Option C is a very correct answer. This one. And next one, and option question number 10, we can able to say this one. I enjoy this singing, or I enjoy this to sing, and I enjoyed has sung. This has sung. What's the correct answer? We can able to say this one. So many people will mark the wrong answer here. Okay. So if you see this one, the infinitives are sometimes are used as post modifier after the abstract nouns. We can able to say this one after the abstract noun. We can able to say that sometimes the infinitive will act as post modifier. Post modifier means what? That's a desired. Okay, so that the probably we can able to call it as the option. So I enjoy his singing is a very correct answer. We can able to mark that one. That's the only thing we can able to say this one. So going for the next question, guys, here in this one. So if I want to say this one, that so you see this Oswald runs quickly enough to dash. Whether obviously. So obviously we can go for the option A, that is to win. Okay, guys. I hope you're clear with the infinitive and the form of the verb. We will work it out in the tenses in the next class. That will say you a lot of things with respect to the topic. I hope you're clear with this topic. We will move on the tenses little bit intensively. This is a very basic class showing the three sectors of the verb form, that is tenses, infinitive, and as well as gerunds. So let us move on the next topic. That is completely going with the tenses. Okay, so make sure you copy down, you just take down, you're practicing this one and understanding the sentence and approaching the soundful pronunciation, matching with the correct form. That's a very important. So how this will happen? Sir, how do I know that this is a correct pronunciation? You must have to read it. So if you're having that, if you don't have the reading habit, so then you can't able to understand the pronunciation, whether it is properly matching or not. It's an easy one. I request everyone, if you don't have the reading habit, I request everyone to read just 10 minutes per day. 10 minutes per day. Consistently work it on. You will improve the grammar. You will improve your reading habit. You will improve your pronunciation. You will improve your speaking skills. You will improve your pro communication skills as well as. Correct? Yeah. So thank you guys. Have a nice day. We'll see you in the next class. Bye.
Hey, I'm super excited to inform you that in last 2 months, we've been able to conduct around 50 drives and around 100 plus students have been selected for various MNCs. The packages are ranging from 3.5 to 10 lakhs. Stay tuned for more information by subscribing us on our YouTube channel, by liking our social media platforms like Facebook, Insta and LinkedIn. Thank you.